Let's ride out. Cantonment, here we come. Hey, what's up guys? This is Robert Wilson, Pensacola's #1 real estate agent, and in today's video we're going to be going on a Cantonment new construction neighborhood tour. The two neighborhoods that we're going to check out are going to be Graystone Estates by DR Horton, and the second neighborhood that we're going to check out is going to be the Carrington neighborhood by the Thomas Home Corporation. So anyway, really excited to do this. I'm kind of hungry right now and we might have to stop in and check out one of the restaurants in Cantonment. I posted something on the Cantonment and Molino Facebook group asking where the best restaurants or what some of the good restaurants to eat at are in the Cantonment area, and I was totally blown away by the amount of comments that I got. I got over 180 comments of people telling me where to eat in the Cantonment area. But the funny thing is that a lot of the comments basically were just, I mean, really all of the comments were saying the exact same thing, which is, bro, there's nowhere to really eat in Cantonment. There's only like 3 spots. What? And so anyway, going through some of those comments, I noticed that these same 3 restaurants were popping up, and that was Jimmy's, they're in Molino, 3 Maria's in Cantonment, and then Happy Taco on Highway 29. But yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a little bit of brainstorming and see which of those 3 neighborhoods I wanna check out. It's about 9 o'clock right now, so I might have to pop in there and get some lunch. But anyway, we're off to Cantonment. Glad you guys are with me. Let's go do it. Okay, so we're in the Greystone Estates neighborhood. Honestly, there is a lot of construction going on right now, so I'm not gonna be able to get out and walk around like I normally do in these videos, but I just wanna go ahead and break down the neighborhood for you guys real quick. So most of the homes in this neighborhood have already been built. They were built in 2020. And so right now what they're doing is they're building kind of like the second half of this neighborhood. So if you're someone who is definitely wanting new construction, but you don't want to move into a neighborhood that is just a total construction site, then I think Greystone Estates would be a really good neighborhood for you. I mean, this neighborhood already started to grow its roots and become a little bit more established than some of your more common new construction neighborhoods. That being said, let's talk about some of the floor plans that DR Horton is building in this neighborhood. And the floor plans that DR Horton is building is we have the Destin, and then we have the McKenzie. The Destin is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,300 square foot, 1-story home. It comes with a covered patio, 3-car garage. It has an open floor plan, which I know everybody loves. It flows really nicely in the covered patio. In my opinion, that's a feature that's really hard to beat. It's really kind of hard to put into words how nice I think that covered patio is, especially in these tradition series that DR Horton builds. To really understand how nice this Destin floor plan is, I highly recommend that you actually get out there in person, touch it and feel it, and see how nice it is for yourself up close and in person. Now, all that being said, let's not forget about the McKenzie floor plan, which is also really nice as well. The McKenzie is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,100 square foot home. It comes with a 2-car garage, does have a covered patio, and also has an open floor plan. Check out some of these pictures that I got off of DR Horton's website to see what the interior of the McKenzie floor plan is like. All right, right, and like I said, there's a ton of construction taking place in the neighborhood right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna send out the drone so you guys can get a bird's eye view of what the neighborhood is like. And then we're gonna bop over to our second neighborhood, which is gonna be the Carrington neighborhood by Thomas Home Corporation. All right, boom, so that was the Greystone neighborhood by DR Horton. Now we are headed to our second neighborhood, which is the Carrington neighborhood by Thomas Home Corporation. Let's go. All right, now as we head over here to the Carrington neighborhood, I kind of want to spill some of my thoughts on what the Cantonment area is all about. In my Cantonment Explained video, I definitely mentioned that the Cantonment area has the most blue collar type vibes out of all the areas that I cover. And really kind of like what I mean by that is like, it's kind of a country setting. As you can see over here over my shoulder, like we just passed a cattle gate, right? It's a wooded area. You know, over here on this side, we have the Greystone neighborhood, but then over here, it definitely just kind of has this like, kind of like farmland vibe to it. And so I don't know if like blue collar vibes is the right way to describe it, but it definitely has that good old country rural area vibe to it. And so, you know, when I made that post in the Facebook group asking, you know, what are some of the best restaurants to eat at in the Cantonment area, I mean, honestly, I wasn't really expecting to get anything crazy out of the comments. You know, I didn't really have high expectations, but I did sort of have the expectation that there would be a few decent restaurants recommended. I thought that there would be more than just 3 restaurants recommended out of 180 plus comments, right? But literally going through 180 comments, it's the same 3 restaurants over and over and over again. And I think that really kind of speaks to the Cantonment area. This isn't an area where if you're someone who is a foodie or someone who likes to go out on a Friday or Saturday night, I wouldn't recommend Cantonment for you just because it's not going to have what you're looking for. But if you're someone who doesn't really consider themselves to be a city boy or a city gal, then I would highly recommend Cantonment to you. Because for me, like the best way to describe Cantonment is just a good old country town. Now that being said, there's a lot of new construction going on in Cantonment, very similar to Beulah, Cantonment, Pace, Milton. And out of all those areas that I just mentioned, Pace probably has the most suburban-y type vibe to it, whereas Cantonment has the most rural type vibe to it. So if you're the type of person who's looking to buy a home on a lot that is no smaller than half an acre, Cantonment would probably be the first area that I would recommend to you. But yeah, I mean, Highway 29 runs straight through Cantonment. If you get on Highway 29, it'll take you all the way to downtown Pensacola. Once you get north of 10 Mile Road, Cantonment definitely starts to get a lot more spread out, and you definitely start to experience and feel those like country type vibes. So I don't know, maybe you're someone who works in Pensacola, and at the end of the day, when you get off work, you want to go home and you want to have that like shift from like, okay, now I'm in Pensacola, this is where I live, I have a 25 to 30 minute drive home. Once you get past 10 Mile Road, you definitely don't feel like you're in Cantonment at all. And so if you want to kind of like unwind at the end of the day, once you're about 15 minutes into your drive, you get north of 10 Mile Road, you start to kind of have that come down from work. And then by the time you hit your front door, you know, you definitely feel a lot more relaxed. It's just like a kind of a nice transition for someone who wants to like get away from work and have their work and home life separated. So if you're someone like that, who I just described, maybe Cantonment would be a good situation for you. And so, yeah, I mean, like right now I'm on Highway 29. I have 2 lanes going north, 2 lanes on the other side coming south. But you can see that like Cantonment is set up for growth, in my opinion. Like over here on my right-hand side and my left-hand side, I mean, I can just envision 5-10 years into the future, a bunch of new construction neighborhoods, commercial development on either side. maybe kind of similar to what 9 Mile Road is going through at the moment in Pensacola, right? Like I can see a new construction neighborhood being built right there, Turtle Creek. Central Commerce Park, gonna be a commercial development in the future. And so all in all, Cantonment right now, super rural / country vibes, but definitely has massive potential for growth, for sure. So we are over here in neighborhood number 2, the Carrington neighborhood by the Thomas Home Corporation. According to what's already out there listed, it looks like this is going to be a $350,000 to $400,000 neighborhood, though I am seeing a couple listings that are priced right at $500K. Now, I was checking out some of the floor plans that the Thomas Home Corporation is offering in this neighborhood, and according to their website, it looks like they're going to be offering 4 different floor plans, but I think that they might actually be offering a few more floor plans just because of what I'm seeing out there listed already. But anyway, according to their website, the floor plans that they're going to be offering are called the 3011 floor plan, the 3086 floor plan, the 2820, and the 2084. Now you might be thinking, well, those aren't really names, those are just numbers. And yes, they are numbers. And I guess they just wanted to keep their naming system as simple as possible. And they decided to name their plans by the amount of square feet for each floor plan. That being said, let's break them down real quick. The 3011 is gonna be a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,011 square feet floor plan. 3086 plan is also gonna be a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3086 square feet. The 2820 is going to be a 2-story, 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom with, guess how many square feet? 2820. Then lastly, we have the 2084 plan. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath with 2,084 square feet. But like I mentioned just a minute ago, I believe they're going to be offering more than just those 4 floor plans, because if you look at the neighborhood on a Zillow map, you can see that there are a handful of homes that don't have the same square footage as those 4 floor plans that I just mentioned. So I think that they're actually going to be offering a handful of different floor plans than just those 4. Now, all that being said, we've broken down some of the information that can be found on their website. We've even pulled up a Zillow map of some listings that are already out there in this neighborhood. Now what I'm going to do, jump back in the car, take you guys on a tour around the neighborhood, bust out the drone, and show you what this neighborhood looks like up close and in person. Let's go do it. All right, folks, there you go. That's the Carrington neighborhood. A lot of really good looking homes in this neighborhood with the brick exterior mixed in with the hardy siding. In my opinion, those are some of the best combinations to go with as far as, you know, exterior of homes go. Gated neighborhood. Tough to beat that, right? But anyway, we're gonna bust out of here and we're gonna go get something to eat. We're gonna go eat at one of the only 3 restaurants that are here in Cantonment. Just kidding, there's more than 3 restaurants in Cantonment, but we're gonna go eat at one of the only 3 restaurants that was recommended off of my Facebook post, just to give you a taste of what it would be like to be someone who lives out in Cantonment who is hungry. So anyway, let's go do it. All right, here we are. 3 Marias. Kind of early for lunch, but here I am.